Okay, people, welcome back to another Marvel Play Day. I had a Star Wars Play Day a couple of weeks ago, a couple months ago, a couple years ago. I don't know. It's been a while back. But essentially, this is me looking at some custom stuff, some third-party stuff, some customs I may have done myself, some stuff people have sent to me. Just a lot of things that kind of spruce up my Marvel display a little bit. Now, we're getting a lot of Marvel characters from several companies across the globe, but sometimes certain characters just need a little bit of... First up, a huge thanks to forum member Magnus. He's been on the Fwoosh forums for a long time, and I guess he watched my Captain Marvel review, where I said I didn't have another Genisville to compare to the new one we've got because I never went back and got that variant. Or at the time I missed out, or hunting, and it never popped up in Backwoods, Arkansas. Either way, this popped up in my P.O. box, and I'm super grateful because while it's Toy Biz, it's a little bit outdated. It's just a nice piece to have because I just love Starfield stuff like this. I mean, it's a nice overall figure, I think. Here's another head that I featured in another review before, but this is Play Day. I'm playing with stuff. And this is a custom Logan head sculpt from Mike Lorenzo Art. And we met at Denver Comic-Con last year and we hit it off. We're talking about action figures. He had this on his table for sale, and I said, if this thing is still up for sale the last day of the con, I am picking it up. And I'll be damned if it didn't get to 15 minutes to the end of the show and the thing sold. So, out of the goodness of his heart, he went ahead and sent me a head, which I promptly put on, what is this, a Mafex Scarecrow body. So it's not perfect. It needs to be darker colors, different look, different parts here and there, but for the time being, this totally works. And it completely works as a bookend for the recently acquired seamless body third-party overseas Wolfman, or well, young Logan. Sizes work about the same. It just goes from young man to old man. I like these together. I know a lot of people don't like this figure. I dig it. Now, you guys know me. I will never have enough Deadpools on the shelf. I'll take any and all variations. I'll put them in the Marvel Girl dress, whatever. Naked, I don't care. Deadpool will go on the shelf. So when I saw this trainee jersey on eBay from GP Slot or GPS Lot, I don't know exactly how to pronounce the name, I had to grab it. It's a nifty little thing that actually looks like scale jersey material with the printed on X right here, and even on the back you get trainee. It looks a little bit dirty, like he's been through some rough and tumble. And while this would work much better on a movie Deadpool figure, we don't have a Deadpool movie figure. What's up with that? Hopefully with Disney acquiring the license, we'll see more merchandise from, well, first, more movies to sell more merchandise, and hopefully we'll get it through the usual Hasbro, SH Figure Arts. I just need a movie Deadpool for the shelf too, on top of all the comic ones I've got. I've also been looking to up my diorama game just to help out with picture taking, spruce up reviews and pictures and displays and whatever else. Layered Creations on Facebook. He also has a website. He did my skiff. He's done several other things. I think he did my Jabba throne. But a month or so back, he hit me up, said he was doing a brick background, just a simple doorway, sidewalk. It even has drainage right here at the bottom. It's just a cool little thing that I can throw behind figures. But on top of this, notice the shape, it also has hang holes on the back. So I can hang this on the wall. It can be used as a display piece. The figures stand in front of it. They're in an alleyway. It's just a cool little thing. Multifunctional, I guess you could say. But also to go along with that, I picked this up from a buddy on Instagram. It's Titan. He was selling it. I don't know if he made it or purchased it from somebody else, but it's in my hands now, and I love this damn thing. It's made out of foam board, so it's really light, but all the detail etched in is just, oh, fantastic. The barrels are nicely weathered, has these warning caution things on the side. Same thing for the power box over here, no smoking. Shipping and receiving sign. This light even pops on. I think I need to change the battery or something because it's not that bright. It likes to kick out. It's been used. But on top of that, you can also pull this out. This is magnetized to the back, so you can break that down. This fence comes up and out, so I can store this flat. It's not taking up room all the time, and it's modular a little bit. If I wanted to change out a piece, cool, I can do that too. But when it is magnetized together, it's on there. It's great. I'm loving this thing. I recently reviewed the Mafex SpiderMan, and this thing just came in handy. It spruced up my pictures. It did exactly what I wanted it to do. And it's big, so I had to go for the wide camera shot, so there's the edge of my review space over there. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. Okay, this is actually from last year at some point, so it may be a little bit harder to get now. I'm just getting around to opening it, though. I bought it thinking, Man, Into the Spider-Verse is craziness, and Spider Buggy is back into style, and I remember it as a kid, and I just had to have it. But it's a nifty little thing. I dig the spider logos here in the tires. The tires... Oops. We'll get to that. The tires are nice and solid. The chrome back here, it's not chrome, but it is shiny. The webbing is sculpted into the red part right here, so it just adds a little bit of to the buggy. Got Spidey on the front. Has this cool hook accessory comes out. You can hook whatever, drag Scorpion down the street or whatever. And it took me about 10 minutes to figure out that the button retracts the cable right there. It's got storage space in case you want to store some Spidey heads, hands, and of course there's the sounds on the buttons as already seen. There's car sounds with the headlights, and then there's Spidey sounds.
You know what it is I love about being Spider-Man? Everything.
Everything.
It's web swinging time. My spider sense is tingling.
That's cool and all, but I'm a 6-inch collector, and I thought at first, until I saw other people messing around with it, that this was too small. This wouldn't work. But you know what? In the realm of Into the Spider-Verse, all the crazy stuff that's popped up, especially like Peter Porker, Spider-Ham, I think this works. It takes a little bending, it takes a little shoving, but even the tallest Spider-Man, like the Marvel Legends, this is his Pizza Spidey body. Yeah, he's supposed to be behind the windshield, but it's a spider buggy. You gotta suspend your expectations a little bit. But I feel like that works. I mean, for a superhero buggy, you know, if Spider-Man suddenly gets stuck on the beach or something, he can't just swing. There's nothing to swing from, so he's gotta traverse somehow across the sand. Here's another cool thing that showed up in the P.O. box, and this is from Chrissy Mack. If you go on Instagram, you can look her up on Rebel 10 Customs. But it's just a cool trench coat for your Marvel Legends Walgreens exclusive Thing figure. Look at that, it's even got this metal buckle down here. And the straps, they're wired, so you can pose those around, you can get them out of the way, you can bring them around, you can latch it, you can do whatever you want. Thing is such an oddball body size that when I first saw it, I thought, I'm never gonna get that. It went right on. I don't even know why I thought otherwise. But also in the package was this hat, and it's not actually cloth, it's some kind of paperwork. I don't know how she did this, but getting it on, it matches the fabric really well. I need to get in there, do a little bending, some little forming. I'd bring the brim down a little bit over his eyes, give him just a little bit more disguise. But overall, this thing, get it back. It's amazing. Now, she also sent 2 Jedi robes. I'm going to try that during the next Star Wars Playday. But hit her up on Instagram if you're interested in a Thing jacket. She also has pictures of it on one of the NECA turtles. For my money, oh yeah, goes on the Thing perfectly. Nearly forgot, since they're so small, she also sent along a couple of cigars to go along with the Thing. Because as much as I think of Thing as, you know, out there kicking ass, taking names, just as much I also picture him at the poker table, you know? It's just something that sticks in my head, and that works along those lines. Also on Instagram, Facebook, Sculptor Shelf. He recently opened up a website selling casts of his sculpts, and I just had to grab one of these Wolverines. I haven't painted it yet, and you can do, the cigar does come out, so you can paint it separate. So it's just resting in there. It's not actually stuck, but I'm excited to get another Wolverine head on the shelf. Just like Deadpool, I'll take as many Wolverine looks as I can get. Because speaking of that, I also got a Deadpool head off of them. Again, I haven't had time to paint this, so maybe next Marvel Playday I'll have these painted up, and it'll give a better look at what these actually look like on the figures. But one of his sculpts that I have had a chance to paint is his Cletus Cassidy head. I saw this, just had to have it, and it's the first thing I painted up. I'm rusty, I know, I'm getting old, I'm getting blind, but I'm pretty happy with this. It just brings out the crazy in Cletus, and it really helps the Carnage figure just pop, you know what I mean? And this way I can have this on my Carnage, and I can use the Cletus head that came with the Marvel Legends figure, keep it on that gel cell look that I've been using since I got that figure, actually. And before anybody asks, yes, those pupils in the eye, just the dots in the eyes, those are sculpted in. So I just took a Gundam marker, boop, boop, and punched those in. That was not me actually getting them lined up. That's in the sculpt. Now the Marvel Legends Star-Lord head, we got several of these figures during Guardians of the Galaxy 2, I believe. And this one, it's not really that bad, but when you get down to it, it's not super Chris Pratt, which is why when Casting Cave offered up their shrunk down Hot Toys Star-Lord head with custom paint job on it, I had to jump on it. Just look at this damn thing. That is Chris Pratt in 1/12 scale. Plus their paint jobs are just beautiful. I love the contrast of dark to light here. They do a great job of not making it look muddy. It's very detailed. It's very defined. Hell, they even put the metal thing behind the ear that he punches for his full helmet. It's just a great piece. Now, because of that and the facial hair, this is probably more of a Guardians of the Galaxy 1 Star-Lord. I don't care. I'm putting it on my Guardians of the Galaxy 2 body because that's where I want it. And it makes me super happy, and that's what matters. But another guy that just can't catch a break in 1/12 scale is the Infinity War version of Captain America. For some reason, the Marvel Legends, this is the Marvel Legends right here, it's close, but it just doesn't nail it. And the figure arts is even worse, which we'll look at in here in a second. Yep, I got a fix for that too. So, bop. Once again, thanks to Casting Cave. They did an outstanding job. I don't know if this is shrunk down cast from a Hot Toys or somewhere else, but again, same fantastic paint job. Again, just look at the contrast in the hair right there. Same with the beard coming all the way down, and the likeness is just a lot better. Unfortunately for the Marvel Legends, there's some inaccuracies with the rest of the body. Why doesn't he have his glove on this side too? At least that's the biggest thing that sticks out at me. But once I fix the shield, because this thing came off, I need to glue it up and then try to fix it to a fisted hand. But once I do that, I can put this on this side and kind of hide the inaccuracy. So this will work on my Marvel Legends shelf. But for the most part, my MCU figures are SH Figure Arts or imports. And when you look at the SH Figure Arts Infinity War Captain America, oh, what's going on here? It really looks like a dude with a fake beard kind of pasted on, and it's not even. Look how far down it is over here. It's higher on this side. But the body here is a lot more accurate. There are gloves on both sides. Just the overall wear, plus this fits into my MCU display. So I had to go to 1/6 kit and pick this up. It just looks a lot more, well, okay, hold on a second. It's not perfect. I guess Chris Evans has one of those heads like kind of the Harrison Ford, Mark Hamill, where it seems like in plastic they never really nail it. But this is a lot closer than the stock head. The skin tone almost has a translucence to it that just makes it so realistic, and you can see the gleam, the glint off the eyes. Oh man, that's just, oh, delicious. Yeah, I said delicious. I don't know why, but I'm leaving it. The kit also came with a replacement neck piece here, so you wouldn't have that contrast from painted factory plastic to whatever the hell magical thing they did here at 1/6 kit. And they also sent along replacement forearms for that same skin tone. You can definitely see a difference here. I just haven't found the courage yet to go ripping at the arms. And really, when it comes down to it, the skins here are far enough apart that it doesn't really bother me as much. Plus, someday I'll find an auction for some custom shields to put on both arms here, again, covering up the skin. They did include a spear, but for whatever reason, they didn't include the shields with the SH Figure Arts, which is fine. This is cool, if not a little bit fragile. I've been kind of scared to get too crazy with this. Now I want 1/6 kit to do a Bucky head, because that thing, ooh, that needs a replacement. Here's a kind of more classic looking replacement head for the Riders Wolverine, or well, any Wolverine really. I can't even find my original Riders Wolverine head, but man, woo, that thing, the eyes are really far apart. So when forum moderator I Bent My Man Thing, he also writes for the front page. He also sells on eBay. He's also on Instagram. You can hit him up all kinds of places. When he put up a more classic looking Logan, kind of an 80s Logan, I had to get it, and this is the first place I put it. Yes, he's holding a Mountain Dew. I haven't put a beer can in there yet. Sure, it's not pretty, but Wolverine's not pretty either. And I was also able to score a plain cast. I'll paint this up. I'm gonna make it bloody. We're getting Reavers in the Marvel Legends line. I want to continue the Reavers, and I want to display when Wolverine ran into the Reavers, him kind of hanging on the X. I feel like with his head down, that just nails the hair from that era. Finally, here is a classic Beast, kind of that Avengers look for him that I also scored from I Bent My Man Thing. He did a great job here. He did the paint job on the head. I added the body. You can see he went in classic style and punched some black in to show some shadows, some detailing work. I attempted to do that on this Jackal body that I painted blue. I don't know how well it works, but for the most part, it works as a classic Beast. He was a little bit smaller there. Him hunched down, it works. It kind of gives the Jackal body a little bit more bulk, because honestly, it is a little bit thin. But you put him next to Wonder Man during that era, and it just completely works. This will stay on my Avengers shelf. The Hasbro version, the X-Men version that's coming, that'll go on my X-Men shelf. I have some Beasts. Ooh. So at the end of the day, just some cool stuff to spruce up the Marvel display. A lot of fine work from some awesome artists. And sure, some of the aesthetics don't quite fit in with Marvel Legends. Don't get me wrong. Well, SH Figure Arts too, they're kicking ass with the face printing tech and all that. But there's just so much love put into individual pieces with the paint and the sculpt when they can just focus on one thing, not something for mass production. And when I can look up on the shelf and think, man, somebody put their heart and soul into that, I just feel thankful. I feel gratitude. I feel kind of special, you know, that something's up there that not a lot of people have. And there's nothing wrong with that. So get out there on eBay, go find these people's Instagrams, follow them on Facebook, find their websites, and you know, get you some cool stuff for your shelf. So if you like this Marvel Play Day, comment, like, subscribe. I'll catch you on the Fwoosh.